the episode start, we see Bo Jin-sun addressing a large assembly, and he's announcing that the S-rank gates raid commences today without delay. He makes sure to highlight its inherent danger, carefully explaining that it's positioned directly above the densely populated city of Seoul. He pointedly questions their collective ability to clear it both successfully and safely, and he's openly wondering about what their escape plan actually is and what the potential long-term aftermath might be. We then get to see several prominent S-rank hunters, including the well-known Baek Yoon-ho and the strategic Choi Jong-in, standing amongst the crowd. Bo Jin-sung then meticulously outlines their detailed plan. Hunters will enter the dangerous gate via a specialized aircraft. They will swiftly eliminate all of the menacing monsters within the dark dungeon in a single day, and then they will evacuate both immediately and efficiently. He says that he believes this plan is optimal, although risky. Finally, some hunters question the overall feasibility of clearing such a high-risk gate quickly. Meanwhile, the boss there gets interrupted by Thomas Andre, who firmly says, "Hold on a second, you see, our scavenger guild will enter before the Korean hunters." But Bo Jin-sul, hearing this, objects, "No, it's too dangerous. Everyone will be in the red zone together because this gate is very dangerous." But Thomas refuses to listen. He insists, "Why? I didn't suggest this at all. You were the one who said an S-rank hunter suggested the dungeon has limited resources and whoever goes first gets the most benefits." By the way, what was that S-rank hunter's name exactly? Sung Suho. He hasn't arrived yet, has he? Do you think he got scared, perhaps even terrified? He didn't run away, did he really? Bo Jin-sul thinks back to the incident when Suho and Thomas faced off and how difficult it was to stop them. Bringing them face to face now would be dangerous, wouldn't it? But then Park Do-jin says from behind, "Hunters, Sang Suho, he's a red rank." Seeing him, he adds, "Well, actually, you know, who are you?" Park Do-jun introduces himself. He says, "You're the hunter, right? The one who awakened around the same time as Oh and Soo." Park Do-jun greets him, saying it's an honor to meet him. Hearing this, Thomas is pleased and says, Kid, you have a lot of potential. If you want to join me, you can come to our guild. I'll pay you better than you're getting now." Hearing that, Park Do-jun replies, "Oh, I will definitely think about it." Hearing this, we look back at Lim Tae-gu, whose face is absolutely priceless and hilarious to behold. But then Thomas takes out a coin and confidently says, "Then let's toss for it, shall we? If it's heads, it's the Scavenger Guild, and if it's tails, it's the Korean Association." Then he dramatically throws the coin, and everyone is shocked and bewildered as he says, "If..." When Park Do-jin was falling from outside, we see him smiling, and then the coin comes down with a clatter. The scene shifts. Arsa is shown. She says, "Hey, I heard you're joining this raid team, which is quite interesting indeed." Park Do-jin isn't happy and tells her not to spy on him through bugs anymore. Arsa then says, "Oh, you know, I learned something quite fascinating and revealing when I was monitoring Sung Suho. He's been training so much, day and night, so relentlessly, so he can beat Thomas Andre. And maybe that's precisely why he didn't notice our presence, which is certainly fortunate and good for us. By the way, you're going to raid with him. What's it like being around him, I wonder? What's your impression?" With a shadow higher. "By the way, you're her friend, right? You could totally sneak up on her from behind." He says, "No, I don't really understand this friendship." Hearing this, she says, "Oh really? That's a shame. Yeah, and speaking of the gate, we heading there too." Parguji surprised says, "What? If you all are going, then I see two of her subordinates behind Arsa." She says, "Yes, of course, we'll definitely go because we are the ones who actually and personally built that gate." Park Do-ji is even more shocked to hear this and says, "What did you say? You artificially created that gate. What does that mean exactly?" In detail here right now for us all in this place and time. And then Arsa, showing Pia, says, "Yes, absolutely, look, this is Pia, this is her ability. She can create any gate." Well, so far her ability isn't that great because the gate is slowly coming down. Hearing this, she says, "Arsa, you don't need to explain everything." Then we see Park Do-ju. There's a gleam in his eyes. He says, "You seem useful indeed. This ability of yours, can it open a passage to another world, perhaps even another dimension?" Arisa says, "Obviously not. Not even a monarch can do that. at all, absolutely not. And don't even think about targeting Pia, okay? Because if you do, I'll definitely absolutely tell Sung Suho everything, Anyway, if you're really going into the gate, that's good, really good. It'll be our first mission together, maybe, possibly. But then he says, no, I have something else to do entirely actually, something very important. Thomas Andre, now is the perfect time to recruit him, a national level hunter, indeed. Eriza replies, seriously? That's amazing. Wow. You're moving way too fast. Anyway, if he slows everyone else down there, that would be absolutely great for us. But then Park Duji was quickly leaving without saying anything or asking anything at all. So strange. She says, hey, what happened? Aren't you going to ask why we came here to build the gate? He says, no, I have no interest in you. There's a deal between us. That's precisely why I'm talking to you, and nothing else. You see, if you still won't tell me, it clearly means you don't have the confidence to convince me at all. But watching him leave, she laughs and says, such a difficult man indeed. I'll never be friends with him. Absolutely never. And he leaves from there. Then Pia, carefully watching, says, Arsha, is it really right to have a complicated relationship like that with someone at all? Sometimes I get deeply scared. What if they actually invade the world? What will they even do then to us? And this gate is really making my body collapse at an alarming rate. It feels absolutely terrible. You really think the system is truly on our side, right? Tell me. Hearing this immediately, Arsha gets angry. She says, Pia, don't you really believe wholeheartedly in the system? You're doubting the very system that's helping us, are you? You're a very bad girl, Pia. You know that, right? What happened when you were following the system and couldn't even open a normal gate? But now, look at you. You opened a proper S-rank gate quite easily. What's the reason for all this significant improvement? Tell me. Because you completed the quest given by that system. You don't need to worry because that system will definitely make us monarchs. And then she hugs him tightly. You know how I met you? Because that quest specifically told me you were in a dimensional rift, and that system expertly guided me. That's why, trust me, Pia, if we diligently follow it, we will become perfect monarchs. Hearing this, she starts crying softly and apologizing profusely, and then she says, well then, for now, let's meet our new companion. And then they look at her quest window, which clearly said they should recruit the heir of Frost, meaning the Frost Monarch's heir. Now, soon we will see him revealed. Then the scene shifts dramatically. We are then shown another place below a massive gate. Everyone is fully ready to go up. Then we see Thomas and Laura. Thomas, looking intently at the gate, says, an S-rank gate that is so incredibly powerful that B-rank and even higher ranked hunters eagerly go inside to mine. Then he talks to Laura further about it, saying, Laura, what do you think truly? When an S-rank gate appears for the very first time, do you know what potential crisis it signifies? She replies with a smirk, do you see anything besides quick money and raw power, master? Hearing this, Thomas happily says, absolutely. But if you add a little romance to it, you know what's most important in that moment? A hero. A hero who is born in such a situation happens, and we see the same gate above them, which is now much slower. Then, with purpose and confidence, Suho decisively enters the scene, a figure of determination. Seeing him, he says, well, look who it is, Sung Suho. If you didn't know, the Scavenger Guild will enter first, and then I think the gap between us will widen a lot. But Suho keeps moving forward and says, no problem, do whatever you want. As he walks, he pointedly remarks, Laura, how many days ago did we meet? She replies, 3 days, sir. He then wonders, am I imagining things, or is my eyes deceiving me? It's like I'm meeting a completely new person. He's completely changed, quite dramatically. The gate is shown to be much larger now. Suho, looking at it, thinks, so this is it. The gate really looks different. But then a voice says, hey Suho, why so serious? Didn't you prepare properly? What do you think? That we'll lose to the Scavenger Guild? And sis, you see us rank hunters, all ready to go in, completely prepared and eager. Suho says, laughing, absolutely not. Thomas, Andre, Bobby laugh heartily and confidently. We also see Park Dojin, and there's that little bug too, diligently working. Asa is under control. We understand everything perfectly. Yes, we do, with no doubts. Then they all enter and start heading towards that gate with determination. Siang read, "It finally starts now, the real challenge." Then the scene shifts dramatically. We are shown fire everywhere, a raging inferno, truly devastating. The plane has crashed completely, a total disaster. Suho was lying in the wreckage, looking up and saying with disbelief, "How could everything end like this?"